Hello, hello, welcome to day 4. I am going to have you guys join me on my Facebook Live. Today we're going to be talking about when we feel like we're not enough, when we feel like we're struggling, and especially around food. And so I thought that would be a great way for you to be able to join me and just kind of see how I could support it. Also, will include some of the mindset information that I wanted to include yesterday, but yesterday was just a very busy morning, and today is too, but I'm actually able to plan a little bit more than I was able to yesterday. So that said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. And then if you guys have any questions, let me know. And do know that I do this every day. So if you have any thoughts or questions or topics or challenges that you would like to discuss, let me know, and we will include those as well. Okay, so hang on for me 1 second. I just have to click on here and go live. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. We are live. All right, we did it. Okay, cool beans. All right, so Sunday, happy Sunday. I'm like, what day is it? So why am I on here? Why do I do this? Why do I want to share with you each and every day? Well, I have been in a situation in my life where I dealt with a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of struggles, and I thought I was alone. I thought I couldn't do things, and I felt very much separate from others. I felt like it was more of a just push through. And I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And I didn't know it, but I was stuck in the fixed mindset. And I want to share something with you and being very vulnerable and transparent. We are always going to continue to grow, but sometimes there may be something that we're blocked to. And I share this with you guys all the time. There's so many things that I've learned and I've grown and I've opened up my eyes and I've opened up my perspective. And now I'm able to then help you guys and help my clients and help all the different people that I come in contact with. And yet, there are still things that I'm working on. Surprise! And one of the things that has been an issue for me about the past year, and so my goal was to really help others as I struggled through it myself, was my diet. And not like being on a diet, but what is my diet? I was constantly feeling not good enough, and I, continued to move through it, and I, gave myself space, and I did some of the work that I know I needed to do, but yet I was angry. I was in resistance. Like, why do I have to do this? I don't want to make these changes. It's been perfectly fine. I'm not diabetic. I don't have these issues. All of my test results keep coming back fine. What the hell? But I notice I still have trouble sleeping. I notice that I have reaction to glucose and to sugar and to different things. So even though my results yet are not showing these negative things that they could be, I can tell if I don't, they could be coming. And even if not, my body's telling me I don't like this. It's being impacted. And so I've been working on changing my mindset around my food. And one of the best ways for me to do it is to help others. And when I'm helping others, my stuff is more out of the way. Well, I say more out of the way because it's not always fully out of the way. And I realized that I wasn't completely coachable. I realized that I, was back into it all the time. I could hear myself complaining. I could see myself getting frustrated with myself, and I would take a deep breath and I'd say, hey, you're just in the learning process. Something's going on here. Usually you're much quicker at learning and growing and developing. This one is your sticky wicket. And I've been working with clients over this past year, and I'm watching them make changes, and I'm watching them, shift their mindset, and I'm watching them lose weight, and I'm watching them fall in love with themselves. And I've been doing that through them. And so one of the tips that I'd like to share with you is if you feel stuck in something, help others in the same way. You may think, oh, well, that's hypocritical. Not at all. Because you know the struggle, you know the pain, you know how real it is. So give yourself that space to go, hey, just because I'm in the struggle doesn't mean I'm a hypocrite. Hell to the no. It just means you're in the struggle. And I'd like to give you an example. If you have children, or you have somebody that you've helped grow in some way, or you've just watched a child grow, whether it's a nephew or a niece or a neighbor's child, and you see there's things they can't do yet, you don't get mad at them because they can't do it yet. You know they're going to get there, and you help them learn the tools, and you send them in the direction to get the tools they need, or you just give them some advice or show them, so it's about development, it's about growth. And so allow yourself to really realize that you're going through development and growth. And it doesn't matter how old that child becomes. So, for example, initially they're not going to know how to walk. They're not going to even know how to eat. They don't even know how to wipe their own behind. And then, as we get a little bit older, they learn how to do it, and you show them how, and you give them the different techniques. And they're still not going to know the stuff they need to know for high school. They don't know about college yet. And they don't know about marriage yet. And they don't know about having children yet. And they don't know about thinking about, when their children are going to leave out of the house. And they don't know about retirement. And they don't know about menopause and prostate issues. That stuff comes along the way. And so it's important to give yourself space, breathe it in. I'm always going to be learning. I'm always going to be growing. I am good. I am a good son. I am a good daughter. I am a good being. God has shown me so many things, and He reminds us of so many things. And I had a beautiful angel send me a verse today, and so I was like, this is God talking to us. This is for us to take a look at. Psalms 51:10. Thank you so much, Judy, for sharing that with us. So it starts at 9, and I really like it. So, hide thy face from thy sins and blot out all mine iniquities. So basically, it's saying God will allow us to have this forgiveness because He knows we're growing. He created us. He knows we're developing. There's no judgment in it. Now, He says, hey, when you're misbehaving, there's going to be consequences. That's what it is. The word sin, if you think of a bullseye with all the different circles, the word sin means you've missed the center. That's what it means. And if God is the center and you're not hitting the center, that's a sin. And so God says, hey, don't sin because I want you to hit the center. I want you to be right where I'm at. And so when we are doing that, He says, hey, I forgive you of those things when you ask me. I'm not holding them against you, but if you don't let yourself grow from them, I can't do anything about it. They're in between you and me. They will keep you away from the middle. Just thinking about that is heartbreaking. And so here's an example. I've had clients who do this, and even myself, I have to admit, I've been really looking at my thinking, to be very honest. And I get frustrated when people say, why me, why me, why me? And they stay in that space. And I was like, if I'm getting frustrated with that, what's coming up for me? Where's the resistance? And I began to realize I don't ask, why me? But I ask, why can't I do this? What am I missing? There's judgment in there. I say to myself, why can't you get it, but others are getting it? So I'm not saying why me, but I am. It's just in a different way. And so I really have had to be quiet over the last few days. Now, I'm not a quiet person, so it's not that kind of quiet. But I've really had to be quiet in removing any judgment and saying, okay, so what has been the negative thinking? And I was able to admit some things like, and I actually had somebody say this to me, you're a lot prettier than you talk about. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm probably prettier than I feel. And I was like, whoa. So then what am I telling myself? There's a level of I'm telling myself that I'm not that pretty. there's a level of judgment of myself that I'm not attractive. And I haven't really thought about that in years, because I felt like I thought I was thinking myself to be attractive. I thought I was thinking myself to be good enough. But there's some little layers that I hadn't quite taken care of. There's some additional layers that are underneath that's still that not good enough going on. So when I have clients that are struggling, there are some times where self-doubt peeks up its little head. It's like, what am I doing that's not good enough? No. Instead, asking the question, what do they need from me? What else can I do? What other aspect, what other tool? And every time I do, the answer comes, and it's everything that they need. And so it's really about getting into that. And so Psalm 51:10 reminds us, God created us. Create in me a new heart. Create in me a new spirit. Renew the right spirit in me. Don't cast me away from you. Don't take away your Holy Spirit. Restore in me salvation. Uphold in me. Create that love and create that connection. And God promises to do so. So just stand in that connection. Stand in that peace. Stand in that love. And know that you have that connection. Know that you have that grace. Realize that God has connected that in you. And here's an activity that I share with my clients, and I've shared it with myself as well. Allow yourself to write a letter to yourself and what it is that you need. Not in the moment, unless you feel like you can. But for example, one of the things that I've been struggling with this past year, and I mentioned it in the text, in the post, is with overeating. So whenever I'm feeling really tired at night, or I get home late at night, or I'm just, have like a lot of stress or whatever, I'm not really thinking about, I'm eating and talking, and, it's not a thing. And then I'm like, oh, wow, it gives me really good posture. So allowing yourself to take a look and write this thing down. Why do I not need to do this? How does it affect me? How does it hurt me? And this works with anything. Like I just did this the other day with someone that I was talking to on a consult. Write down why it is that you should not be with your ex-husband. Write down why it is that the two of you are not healthy living together. Write down everything that you're sharing with me so you can then support it with yourself anytime you start to doubt or question. So when I go to sit down to a meal, I read that letter to myself. This is why you don't want to overeat. This is what's going to happen to you. It's like my future self who's in pain and agony and doesn't want this, writing to myself. This is what this client will do to write to herself. And so it's an extra support. Now, not to say that that is the end-all be-all, because there's other supports and other tools and things that I practice with NLP and with being able to retrain your mindset, and through meditation and through being able to train yourself to be more coachable, to be able to move those old barriers out of the way and realize what negative habits and negative thoughts that you're into. Even thinking like I thought I was over some of these things, and being able to realize you're continuing to grow, you're continuing to be on your journey. And so you'll be able to go through the new level. Yes, I'm over it here, but I'm at a new level here, and I'm ready to get over it at this new level. So it's okay to realize there's a new level. It doesn't mean you've gone backwards. That's judgment. That's criticism. That's being cruel. It doesn't mean you've gone backwards. You can't go backwards. So telling yourself you've gone backwards is actually a kick in the pants. You've not gone backwards. You're at a new level, and you're ready to take it to a new level. And you've just been experiencing some discomfort and pain, which is awesome, because that discomfort and pain pushes you to that next level. So it is A-okay. Give yourself that permission. Give yourself that release. And allow yourself to notice if you're saying things to yourself like, wow, I really am not giving myself credit. I really am smarter than I've been believing. I really am making a bigger difference than I thought. Then you get to notice that there's some thinking underneath that. And we get to clear that out. There's no judgment on it. There's no shame on it. And if there is, we get to clean out the judgment and the shame. And that's okay. Every emotion is guiding you and telling you that you need something. It's helping you to see what you need next. It's helping you to pull you out of that fixed mindset and move you into that growth mindset around whatever topic it is. So I want to thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for sharing this growth opportunity. Thank you for allowing yourself to realize that there's some new steps and some new spaces that you get to take care of. And maybe you were making it too hard, and now you get to step into it and make it so much easier. You get to step into it and realize, I'm just cleaning up what's been blocking me. I spilled some stuff and I get to clean it up. And I've been in my resistance. I've been in my rebellion. I've been in my, I don't want to do this. I've been in my, I shouldn't have to. I've been in my, I don't want to. I can't. I'm afraid. Whatever it is, notice it. Oh, T. Campbell says, thank you. It's my honor. Thank you. Moving these things out of our way, moving any judgment or shame out of our way, allowing ourselves to be willing to do the work, stepping into being coachable, creating a new mindset, creating a new programming, creating a new self-hypnosis, realizing we were creating an old negative self-hypnosis and we just get to clean it up. And as we do, the fear resolves. We step into that new space. We step into that new resolve, that new understanding. We step out of procrastination into action. And it's doable because I'm doing it. My clients are doing it. I'm helping other people to do it, so it's doable. And you're helping other people to do it. You just haven't been able to step back and help yourself do it. And it's okay. I have had coaches all along the way this year guiding me, uplifting me, showing me, putting me like, hey, clean that off. Look where you're at. Let's clean that off. Let's get you back over here. It's like, oh yeah, okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Reshifting. Reshifting until I stay here. Reshifting until I stay here. I'm back here. Reshifting until I stay here. It's okay. It's retraining our mind. We've been doing it one way for so long. It takes many times to create a new habit and a new pattern. In some regards, you can say it can take 21 times, but other times you could say 21 days. Other times you could say 60 days. Everybody's mind is different. Our comprehension is different. Our development is different. Breathe into it. Let yourself see that you're able to make these changes, and you are so good enough. Allow yourself to speak into your life and into your heart the things that you wanted your mom, your dad, your grandma, your teachers to say to you. Allow yourself to see that you are that beautiful being. And if you're not ready, then let somebody else help you do it. That's what I'm here for. That's what other coaches have been there for me. So just let yourself know that it's just about cleaning what's coming up. Just let yourself know that you're getting back to adulting. But it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be serious. It doesn't have to be all this stuff that you might have seen other adults do in negative ways. Instead, it's full of love. Instead, it's about cleaning up any old wounds. Instead, it's about, well, I thought I cleaned up that wound, but there's some new stuff that's coming up for it. Or maybe I scratched it and didn't know it and the wound covering came off. Or I found a new salve. So in putting on this new salve, I have to take off that top layer. Because this new salve is actually going to clean it differently and create a new, smoother type of healing. And so it allows for a new resolve, a new healing, a new calm. I'm even more willing now. Breathe in all of these truths. Breathe in all of this deserving. Breathe in all of this new understanding. And thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for making this change. Thank you so much for giving yourself this opportunity, letting yourself be worthy. You take care of yourselves. Have a beautifully blessed day. And if you'd like to join me tomorrow on my lives, tomorrow is Mindful Monday. And if you have any ideas or any topics that you'd like to contribute, or any questions that you'd like to be addressed, or any learning that you've done that you would like further learning on, let me know. Or learning that you've done that you'd like to share with others through me. I'm here. Let me know. So you take care of you. Have a beautifully blessed day. And know that I love you, whether you like it or not. And big squishy hugs. And you are more than good enough. You are amazing. Thank you guys so much for doing that with me and for listening with me. And I hope that supported you as well. And so for breakfast, I'm going to be having one of the rest of the big avocado that I had. I cut another one. And I'll be having, nope, we're out of tomato. So I will not be having any tomato with that. No, I do think we have a little bit of tomato. Anyways, I'll definitely be having the avocado. I'm feeling a little bit hungry, but I'm not feeling a lot hungry, so that's probably going to be enough. The other thing is I do have a Kind bar, so if by chance it doesn't fill me up, and I'm just checking the time, it's 9:19. So if it doesn't keep me full between now and lunch, which will be around 12 o'clock, then I'm going to have a Kind bar. So I'll take that with me as a snack if I need it. And then at lunch, I'm going to be finishing the rest of the chicken soup with the rice. And I did have one left chicken leg from that crispy place that I shared with you guys. So I'll have that, and that'll finish that up. So I obviously, I haven't been eating the best this week because we went to some not especially healthy places, and you can see it takes me a long time to eat the foods when I'm not overeating. I want to thank you for that, because you're helping me be accountable. Because what I'm showing you on my plate is forcing me to just have that. It's forcing me to stop and look. It's forcing me to be accountable. And that's what I've needed. And so you're helping me to do that. And so please give me your feedback. Please give me your ideas. Please let me know what you're struggling with without any guilt or shame. And if there is guilt and shame, so what? Share it with me anyway, because I don't have any judgment on it. And that'll move you out of it. Thank you so much. You have a beautifully blessed day. And another squishy hug for you. I'll talk to you tonight for the end of day 4. Bye.